Radio, sauti ya mwananchi. Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi.
Good morning and welcome to Simba Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi. This is Chambua Magazeti show. I'm your host Jane Naitore, and I'd like us to see magazeti ya leo yanasema vipi, and natumai uko salama mahali popote unapotusikiza ama kututazama, and ningetaka utuambie upande wako kuko vipi. Nambari yetu ya WhatsApp ni 0728091656 na on all social media platforms at Simba Nest Radio and on YouTube at Simba Nest TV, na tuko live, so you can tune in to Simba Nest TV on YouTube and stay with us tuone yale ambayo yanatendeka Kenya. Remember, this is Simba Nest Radio, na we always keep you updated and informed, and you are welcome. So welcome back. Gazeti la leo ambalo ningetaka tuanze nalo ni Daily Nation, and let's see what Daily Nation is saying. The big story on Daily Nation is gloves are off, and what does this mean? And she says President William Ruto yesterday responded to blistering attacks by his rivals with an unprecedented tirade that essentially accused some of heinous crimes, including murder, as the warring factions descended into an ugly slugfest in the lead up to next year's general election, in which the incumbent is seeking re-election. This story is on page 4 and 5 of the Daily Nation, and it is talking about the Western tour that our President William Ruto had, a 4-day tour, and it is more of how he made the rally or the tour about personal issues and not political issues. And a complete story is on page 4 and 5 of the Daily Nation. And other stories in Daily Nation includes the Nairobi hospital directors defiant despite Ruto order. And it continues to say that Dr. Job Lukuru Obwaka and lawyer Samson Mbuthia Kinyanjui say hospitals director have no intention to resign and will face the criminal charges while serving on the medical facilities board. Complete story is on page 10 of the Daily Nation. Also about education, that was on health. On education, TSC's stuck choice on the fate of 44,000 intern teachers, and citing a recent court ruling, the Teachers Service Commission tells Parliament it may terminate the contracts of tutors if the National Treasury does not allocate funds for their employment. complete story is on page 8 of the Daily Nation. And on page 6 we find that Winnie backed for Oburu's deputy post. And Nairobi ODM branch officials have proposed creation of another deputy leader's position for Winnie Odinga, who has accepted the proposal that she deputizes party leader Oburu Oginga. Page 6 of the Daily Nation is where you find complete story about that. Let's go back to what Ruto said. It says, I'm quoting what President William Ruto said that is on this Daily Nation newspaper, and it says, fraudsters, someone who went to his brother's deathbed and manipulated his will so as to disinherit his widow and children. You want to give us a lecture? You cannot mislead this nation. I don't know who President William Ruto was telling those words. And also he says, you impregnated a girl the age of your child, then killed her. What can you tell us? Is this a person to lead anywhere? Is this a person to lead any community? That is very heavy. Also he says, I was surprised to hear them say William Ruto does not sleep. That is emaciated. I am intelligent to know when to cut down weight, to concentrate on what I want to do. Wow. So those were President William Ruto's words to his opposition leaders. We don't know whom exactly. But what do you think? Do you think that was right, or do you think it was wrong? Share your opinions with us on our YouTube channel at Simbaness TV, and on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, at Simbaness Radio. Also on our WhatsApp number 0728 091 656. So let's continue with our newspapers today, and let's see what is on Business Daily. On Business Daily it says, legal gap allows workers and firms to evade housing levy. And it says, workers and their employers are evading the monthly 1.5% housing levy deduction, helped by a loophole in the law that failed to give the Kenya Revenue Authority powers to crack down on defaulters. That is on page 5 of the Business Daily. And also there is a Kenya plans powerful watchdog to police AI system use. A complete story is on page 7 of the Business Daily. Also on page 4, there is KRS says Trump deal doesn't shield the US tech firms from tax, and it continues to say that the Kenya Revenue Authority maintains that American multinationals are subject to a 1.5% minimum corporate tax on its soil, despite an exemption deal brokered by US President Donald Trump and more than 145 countries. That is on page 4 of the Business Daily. And on page 6 we see another story that says wealth fund cash drawings blocked ahead of police. And it continues to say that no cash will be withdrawn from the sovereign wealth fund, that is SWF, within 3 months of a general election under a proposed law aimed at shielding it from misuse by political patronage. That is on page 6 of the Business Daily. And also equity free sell property in 1.3 billion shillings raw with Chase Bank. That is page 8 of the Business Daily. And also you will find another story on page 9 that says it is time to dump the conventional thinking. The informal into brackets economic sector is the main sector. The informal into brackets the economic sector is the main sector, and Kenyan is a good name for it. That is on page 9, and it is written by Ndiritu Mureithi. Also about life on page 19 of the Business Daily, how to choose the right pillow for you. So if you want to know how to choose the right pillow for you, if you don't like the one that you have right now, read the Business Daily newspaper on page 19. And let's see about the Star. And the Star says Nairobi River from stream of sludge to clear waters, and industrial effluent and treated sewage have left river polluted. And other stories that are on this newspaper is popular biker Luya Kid Jr. and wife killed in road crash. That is on page 20. May they rest in peace. Also politics, gloves off as Ruto and ex-deputy Gachagua attacks gets personal. That is on page 7 of the daily of the Star. And also 4,300 intern teachers risked losing jobs after ruling, says TSC. That is on page 6 of the Star. And also heavy rains expected from Thursday as wet season builds up. That is on page 3 of the Star. The Standard says unpresidential, and it continues to say that whatever happened to presidential decorum, Ruto's 4-day Western tour meant to showcase development instead became a shocking display of insults, body shaming and personal attacks. Opposition leaders were ridiculed for their families, habits and political failures, while the president boasted of his achievements. A platform that should inspire hope turned into a spectacle of unchecked profanity and political theater. That is on page 4 of the Standard. And it is quoted, we have a person possessed with the spirit of tribalism, hatred and division. He's moving in churches, funerals and on the roadside, telling us nothing. The person who has gone to the bedside of his dying brother to manipulate his will and disinherit the widow and orphans of their property. That is President William Ruto's words. And he continues to say that he has no moral authority to lecture or tell us anything. That is not a person to lead anywhere and anything. I am giving him a notice, and we will not allow him to mislead this nation, a character who has no morals. That is not all. He also continues to say, there is another one, and I was even shocked. I heard him yesterday saying Ruto is not stripping because he has lost weight. Indeed, these people are fools. They are overeating, yet they are talking about me cutting weight. I am intelligent enough to know when to reduce my weight so I can focus on what I do. I am disciplined enough to know how much to eat to stay alert. For you people, you may have eaten so much that your stomach protrudes and your head looks ready to burst. Those are President William Ruto's words, and I would like to know your opinion about that. Was it right or was it wrong? What do you think? Share your opinion with us on our WhatsApp number 0728 091 656. On People Daily newspaper, we see that questions over affordable houses built on land with no title documents. As we all know, People Daily is a newspaper that talks more about the things that concern a normal Kenyan citizen directly, and this is about the affordable houses built. Also, on page 4, you will find another story that will Kenya's middle class be 2027 election swing votes? What do you think about that? That is all on page on the People Daily. Let's look at Taifa Leo. Na Taifa Leo inasema nini? Taifa Leo inasema kuwa rais achemka, na inaendelea kusema kuwa Rais Ruto jana alitumia ziara yake magharibi mwa Kenya kushambulia vikali viongozi wa upinzani na kufungua malumbano makali ya kisiasa. Ilikuwa ni nipe nikupe, huku vinara wa upinzani wakimjibu rais kwa maneno makali. Na habari hiyo kamili ipo ukurasa wa pili wa Taifa Leo. Na habari zingine ambazo zipo katika hili gazeti ni paa yatua kwa wheelbarrow. Na inasema kuwa hatimaye chama cha Pamoja African Alliance kimejiunga na kile cha Rais Ruto cha UDA. Na habari hiyo kamili ipo ukurasa wa 5 wa Taifa Leo. Na pia Wakenya walivyowekewa mchele safari rally. Visa vya watu kuwekewa dawa kwenye vinywaji na kupoteza pesa katika mbio za safari rally, that is WRC, Naivasha weekend vimeripotiwa. Hiyo ipo ukurasa wa 3 wa Taifa Leo. Habari zingine ambazo zipo ni kuhusu ushindi wa Atwoli, Kotu wapingwa. Na inasema kuwa ushindi wa Francis Atwoli kama katibu mkuu Kotu umepingwa mahakamani. Habari kamili ipo ukurasa wa 2 wa Taifa Leo. Also, habari nyingine ambayo ipo kwenye hili gazeti la Taifa Leo ni idara yaonya mvua kubwa yaja Alhamisi, Thursday, that is tomorrow. Na inasema kuwa idara ya utabiri wa hali ya hewa imeonya mvua itaongezeka kuanzia Machi tarehe 19 mwaka wa 2026. Na habari kamili ipo ukurasa wa 4 wa Taifa Leo. Habari nyingine ambayo tunaipata ukurasa wa 8 wa Taifa Leo ni kiwemo Israeli yadai imeua afisa mkuu Iran. Inasema kuwa waziri wa ulinzi asema wanajeshi wa Amerika Israeli walimuua mkuu wa jeshi la Iran jana. Habari kamili ipo ukurasa wa 8. Hiyo ni kuhusu vita ambavyo vinaendelea kati ya Amerika na Israel na Iran, na wanasema kuwa waziri mkuu wa ulinzi aliweza kuuawa hapo jana. Hayo ndio tulionayo kwenye magazeti yetu ya leo. Usiende mbali, tunarejea kuongelea jambo ambalo tumeona likiongelewa sana kwa magazeti leo kuhusu ziara ya rais na kuhusu maneno ambayo aliyasema. Usiende mbali.
Creating a space where everyone can feel connected and informed. Tune in to Simba Nest Online Radio and experience the heartbeat of Komarok right at your fingertips. Welcome to Simba Nest Online Radio, your community voice in Komarok. As a vibrant and dynamic online radio station, Simba Nest is dedicated to bringing you the latest in local news, music, culture, and events. We aim to unite the Komarok community by providing a platform for diverse voices and stories, creating a space where everyone can feel connected and informed. Tune in to Simba Nest Online Radio and experience the heartbeat of Komarok right at your fingertips.
Simba Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi. Simba Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi. Simba Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi. Simba Nest Radio.
Welcome back, and ningetaka tuangalie kuhusu topic ambayo tumeona inaongelewa sana kwenye magazeti leo, na ni kuhusu ziara ya President William Ruto huko magharibi na kuhusu maneno ambayo aliyasema. Ningetaka uniambie, unafikiria kuwa are politics becoming more of like kutusiana ama ni kupeana ideas? Kulingana vile mimi najua, inafaa kuwa politics zinafaa kuwa more of giving ideas na developments kwa country, but nowadays venye tumeona inakuwa ni kama ama wa politicians wako na ni TikTok accounts zenye wanataka kukuza na hizo personal whatever zao juu. Unapata kuwa president anatusiana huko, opposition wake wanamtusi huko. Na do you think that the president was wrong about whatever he said? Remember, you are listening to Simba Nest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi. Hii ni show ya Chambua magazeti, na kwa magazeti mengi leo tumeona kuwa kuna hili jambo ambalo linaongelewa sana na magazeti mengi kuhusu ziara ya President William Ruto huko magharibi, na ni kuhusu jinsi ambavyo alitusi oppositions wake. It was more of personal, ilikuwa personal than political. So tunaona kwa gazeti la kwa ile gazeti la The Standard, The Standard inasema kuwa ni very unpresidential, na tunaona maneno ya Ruto kwa Gachagua kuwa walimwambia yeye halali, so na yeye pia nawaambia kwamba wao wamekula, hata hawajui kiwango cha chakula ambacho wanafaa kula, matumbo ya yani it was so funny. Okay, ni funny but considering that he's a president, hakufaa kusema maneno kama yale, na ilikuwa pia na body shaming of which venye aliwaambia kuwa wako na matumbo makubwa kwa sababu hawajui kiwango cha chakula ambacho wanafaa kuwa wakila. Na tunaona maneno yake kuwa maneno yake mwenyewe yanasema kuwa we have a person possessed with the spirit of tribalism, hatred and division. He's moving in churches, funerals and on the roadside, telling us nothing. The person who has gone to the bedside of his dying brother to manipulate his will and disinherit the widow and orphan of their properties. Maneno hayo yakitoka kwa president, what do you think about it? Inafaa okay, ni vizuri ama ni vibaya? Na pia haachi hapo, anaendelea kusema kuwa he has no moral authority to lecture or tell us anything. That is not a person to lead anywhere and anything. I am giving him a notice. We will not allow him to mislead this nation. A character who has no morals. That is not all. He continues to say, there is another one. And I was even shocked. I heard him yesterday saying Ruto is not sleeping because he has lost weight. Indeed, these people are fools. These people are fools. Hii inasema kuwa hawa watu ni wajinga, and it continues to say that they are overeating, yet they are talking about me cutting weight. I am intelligent enough to know when to reduce my weight so I can focus on what I do. I am disciplined enough to know how much to eat to stay alert. For you people, you have eaten too much that your stomach protrudes. Matumbo yao yamekuwa makubwa, and your head looks ready to burst. Na vichwa vyenu vinakaa kupasuka wakati wowote. Na what do you think about President William Ruto's words? Our WhatsApp number is 0728091656. Share your opinions. And the message, ujumbe ambao uko kwa hili gazeti ni kuwa haizungumzi tu kuhusu tukio moja, inaibua matukio mengi, like si jambo moja ambalo, na inasema kuwa kuna mabadiliko ya siasa na siasa zinaelekea kuwa za matusi badala ya hoja. That is, it's more of insults than giving ideas. And also matumizi ya majukwaa, na inasema kuwa maeneo kama makanisa na mazishi yanatumika kisiasa. Most political leaders wanaenda church, na wakifika hapo, wakipewa chance ya kuongea, they forget that it is a church, na wanaanza kujibizana. Na okay, kama former deputy president Gachagua, kuna jambo alisema kwa rally yake, kiongozi mwingine akienda kanisa atamjibiza Gachagua bila kukumbuka kuwa hiyo ni church, na pia it should be respected. And I think our pastors, sijui kama ni pesa mnakuwa mmepatiwa ile mnyamazie, you should be the ones to address this issue. Amfai kupatia politicians hiyo platform ya kujibizana kwa makanisa. Ama pia mkiwapatia chance, you give them with, mkiwapa nafasi ya kuongea, mnawapa limit kwa ya yale mambo wanafaa kusema na yale ambayo hawafai kusema. Maana politicians wanapeleka matusi hadi makanisani. Na pia kuhusu uongozi bora, wananchi wanatarajia viongozi wawalete pamoja. Na sahi kitu ambacho tunaona ni wanajaribu kutugawana na hawatupi matumaini. Maana ikifika mahali ni matusi tu, I don't think kuna matumaini hapo. But everyone with their opinion. What is your opinion about it? Share your opinion with us on all social media platforms at Simbanest Radio, and on WhatsApp at 0728 091 656, and on YouTube at Simbanest TV na tuko live. And nitakuacha tuna swali moja. Siasa zimekuwa maigizo na mashambulizi, au wewe unafikiria vipi? Na viongozi wetu wanaonyesha mfano mzuri kwa uongozi. What do you think? I've been your host Jane. Hiyo imekuwa show ya Chambua Magazeti, na kama kawaida we will be back na magazeti ya kesho to keep you updated and informed. Have a good day. Be safe. Kumbuka kesho tumeambiwa kuwa kunatarajiwa kuwa na mvua kubwa, so let's remember to be safe mahali popote tutakuwa. Muwe na siku njema till tomorrow.
Simbanest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi. Simbanest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi. Simbanest Radio, sauti ya mwananchi. Simbanest Radio,